Hi guys, myself Shazin Shoukath. I'm currently working as aircraft performance engineer in Jazeera Airways, Kuwait. Today I'll be uploading my first video on YouTube, which is as part of a task in one of the e-learning program. And please note that the facts and figures which I'll be using throughout the presentation is just for demonstration, right? So let's start. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to all of you for today's session. Let me begin with a question. How many of you agree on the point that every airline requires or would like to have a very high on-time performance? Could you please raise your hands? Excellent, almost everybody, right? So this is exactly what is the point of discussion of today's session, right? We will explore the various possibilities on how we can reduce these flight delays and how to improve the on-time performances, right? So today's short session will include what are the visions and goals of the company, then what are the current challenges which we are facing, and analysis of the various data which is available to us, and what are the possible solutions which could resolve these issues, and more importantly, how we can strategically implement these ideas or solutions into the real world. And after that, we would be concluding our session, right? Okay. So when we see the current challenge, the vision and goals of the company, just like any other companies, our company also, the main motive is to maintain low prices, to have an excellent customer services, and also to have a high punctuality. Therefore, we can list our vision, first of all, to have an on-time performance, to reduce the complaints of the customers, to have a widening or to widen the global flight network, and also to add more aircrafts into our fleet and thereby having more growth. Now when we see the challenges in terms of the on-time performances, there has been a continuous deterioration in the OTP over the last 2 years, and this being one of the key elements impacting the customer services, this needs to be addressed at the earliest possible, right? And also when we looked at, or when I analyzed one of the study based on which all are the factors contributing to this delays, one of the major impact was 10% of the total delays which occurred the last year were due to the delays by loading crew, the loading staff. But on the contrary, even the loading staff were also not happy or not satisfactory with the management, because the reason being that they were having more stress and they were putting more and more efforts due to the increased flight movements, but yet their efforts are being not appreciated as well. So now let's see what all could be the possible solution to this, especially on the to have a high OTP. First of all, being true to the core, being an LLC, the low-cost carrier model of the airline, we cannot adding more costs such as hiring many more staff or setting up new heavier equipments which will fasten the loading process, or incrementing the payload, or what I meant is that the payment for all the crews is a tough ask, right? But another possibility is that the correct technique and the scientific approach in handling the baggage and cargo will not only reduce the delays but also result in less damage of the cargo items or the shipments. Hence, providing a well-structured training program followed by a practical demonstration can be very substantial, right? Agree to me? Perfect. And another possible solution which could be considered is that which all crew have been deserving or performing exceptionally well could be given overtime for their extra work, and also promotion to the deserving staff. Now, the more important stage of every plan is how to implement them, how can they be implemented. So one of the suggestions to the management is that a 3-day training program can be initiated, right? Initially for the less experienced staff, and at the same time making available all the experienced staff online so that the regular work is not getting implemented or impacted. Now, a practical training can also be followed at the very end of the day of the training program, because it is very important that not to have only the theoretical but also to see what are the restrictions or the problems encountered while practically loading the cargo or shipment items. Another important solution is that the awareness of effects of the flight delay. How much can it cost to the company? If this could be reached to the loading staff, maybe they would be more efficient at it, because they would understand it in a better way and they would try their best in order to reduce the delays. At the same time, whenever we implement any plans, there should be an audit process conducted after 3 months just to see how well we have done, how well the training program have been successful for us. So it is very important to have an audit program, at the same time conducting feedbacks and the performance reviews, so that how we can improve the training program which has been designed, taking all the feedbacks from the experienced staff and also the unexperienced staff. So let me conclude the short presentation by saying that our company, being an LLC, the increase in cost can be of very adverse effect. However, for the achievement of becoming #1 on-time airline, we need to accomplish futuristic visions and goals, and we have to do something innovative. And developing and implementing a training program seems to be one of the vital yet attainable measure which can be implemented in order to reduce the flight delays. So let me conclude, and that's all from my side. Thank you very much for your attention. Please revert with your queries and questions if you have any. Thank you very much.